It's coming over the top. Can you see over the top? Can you see it coming? Oh, I can see it. Whoa, where is it? Where is it?
Generating electricity from a water wheel. Wow, you don't get much greener than that.
Yes! 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 It's amazing. Yes!
I'm Dick Strawbridge. I love challenges and I love building things. So last year, my family moved to Cornwall to start living the green lifestyle.
Gee, that is just so close to the truth, mate. Right, so we're going to need a sledgehammer.
Well, this year, me, my son James, and Jim the techie have decided to spread our wings.
Is that everything?
Loads of you watched our adventures on TV, and thousands of you said you'd like to have a go too.
Have we got everything?
So, over the next 8 programmes, we're off around the country to lend a hand. One of the first emails was from the Keenan family on the Wirral.
Dear Dick, we're planning to build a new home that's self-sufficient in energy, water and heating. Can you help us?
I'm really looking forward to meeting Helen and Russell. They're spending £750,000 on an amazing eco-house.
Maybe not what most people would think of an eco-house in terms of it's not built with straw with mud chucked on the outside. But all the materials are natural materials.
The minute I saw it, I just thought, that is completely me.
Hopefully, the building we're going to build will be here for hundreds of years.
From Essex, the Hunt family also got in touch.
Dear Dick, we want to find a green way to get more out of our tiny garden.
How overcrowded is that? I bet we could make it more productive.
If we can do our bit and live this green lifestyle, it should wear off on our children. And I think the trick is not to complicate things, just do little easy things.
On the Wirral, there's nothing little or easy about the Keenan's Eco project. But don't be fooled. All the principles they're following could work for any of you at home. And they are very green. They're using lots of sustainable materials, with central heating provided by a ground source heat pump, a huge tank to store and use rainwater, and all their electricity will be provided by a massive wind turbine. There's a lot to coordinate, and with Russell working full-time as a doctor, Helen's going to be the project manager.
Helen actually believes that we're going to have a house now, don't you?
What's that?
And before they started this, I don't think you believed we were going to have a house.
No, I had my doubts, but now I'm very excited now.
Yeah.
It's going to be lovely.
It's sort of real. I'm not sure if that's complete health and safety at work. Do you think,
No,
with having
possibly
children
not.
playing with dumper trucks and... well. This is Lucky, who's our only successfully bottle-fed sheep.
That's a
Scruffy.
bottle feeder from when she was tiny, because she's one of twins, and the mum liked one of them but didn't the others, and it was completely pathetic. We had this animal in a box in our bedroom.
This project needs focus. I'm heading over to make sure they stay on track.
Obviously, James and I can't visit everybody, so we've come up with an interactive version of the show. It's very simple. If you press your red button, you get to see all of the programme, plus there's extra bits, more information, and there's a quiz where you can work out exactly how green you are. It's as simple as pressing the red button.
The Keenans are living in this bungalow, which will eventually have to be demolished to make way for their new house.
So this is just an aerial view of what we're going to be building. So the main house will be replacing where the current bungalow site is at the moment, and this is going to have some additional sort of family rooms, some garaging, and a swimming pool housing. And right beside the swimming pool here is the first parts of the paddocks where we're going to have the underwater, the underground heat pump piping. So that's a total of 1.1 kilometre of piping, and
Oh, can you do me a favour? Can you take Lucky into the stable field for me, please? See if you can get her to follow you.
that is a sheep that doesn't think it's a sheep.
Good lad. I look at these pictures, I think that looks beautiful, but I can't actually completely visualise what it's going to be like, which drives Russell bananas. Poor old Russell saying, but, you know, how do you envisage this? And I can't. Just can't do it. I don't know why.
A bit worrying for the project manager. I think I'm arriving just in time. Russell, nice to meet you. Dick, how are we doing?
Welcome.
Hello, Helen. Lovely to
Helen.
see you. How are you
And
doing? Yeah, great to see you.
And you. Come in.
God, what a project you've got, I tell you.
You know, just about how you look at this is huge.
Bloody hell, it's big. Another 20 metres.
Yep.
I was tired doing that. That's bloody huge.
All I ever thought was having a house. This is fantastic, but there's a time...
So how did it get from all I wanted was a house to this?
Well, every now and again I'd wake up at 5 in the morning and say,
I've been thinking.
They're planning to have 6 loos in the new house, but the current system can't even cope with one.
There's one tank there for solids,
Yeah.
and the whole system's failed because the drainage isn't good enough, and I end up having to rod it a couple of times a month. And it's not pleasant.
Times a month.
The system's failed, but we've kind of been coping with it for the last year.
Yeah.
So we need a new system anyway.
Right.
We could just buy in a little sewage treatment system.
Hold on. There's a bit of a whiff.
Look at the nettles here. Does
Yeah.
that tell you something?
Yeah, no, they're very happy. If you have something like that, you've got failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the system must work for you.
Yeah.
And before this is commissioned,
When you say commission the whole building?
Before you can actually move in and flush a loo.
Yes.
Before you can actually turn a tap on, brush
Absolutely.
your teeth. Before you can do anything in that building at all,
Yes.
this has to be in and functioning.
Yes.
you've got a plan.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is it's nice and sort of symptomatic.
Sure.
Do you have any way of knowing where you got some slack, where things can move to the left or right? Because if we look where we are now, this is the first week of October. Actually, today's the end of the first week of October,
Yeah.
so all these are done.
So, no, we're a month
Which
behind.
which means that all the rendering has been done externally.
Unfortunately, the groundwork chap's on holiday and has been for the last week or so. He's coming
So has
back.
he got a holiday booked in here?
I know. He didn't ask our permission. Can you believe it?
Well, if you're supposed to be finished by a month ago, your schedule's moved.
Yes, but
Are they
essentially,
all there? Are they all still saying they're available to
Yeah.
do it after a? So we're
Yeah.
now saying half-term week. Yeah, half-term week.
Yeah.
You want all this done because I still like to know where your Christmas tree's going to be. This
but
is
I
so
know
gorgeous.
I know when Christmas tree's going to be next year. It's in that
It'll be
vaulted
right there.
ceiling that's
Right
7
there.
metres tall. It's going to be beautiful.
They may not be as ambitious, but the Hunt family are just as determined to make their home green. Their youngster Ethan has serious food allergies, so they need an organic garden to feed him.
Well, Ethan is actually allergic to. It's a long list. It's dairy, gluten, nuts, strawberries, it was citrus, beef, fish. So literally when you go shopping you can't literally go and pick up something like fish fingers for him. So you have to literally pick up all the fresh produce, and because we're on a tight income, that is really hard to do. And I'm getting these because he's been told he might be anemic, so I'm trying to get anything high in iron into Ethan. And then special cereal, because I discovered yesterday that I was inadvertently giving him something that had gluten in, without realising it.
With the cost of organic fruit and veg so high, Sue and Ben want to make the most of their small garden.
And the idea was to maybe do some raised beds at the bottom of there and try and do a little bit of crop rotation on a 10 by 6 plot, very small.
With space at a premium, efficiency is essential. Don't worry, Ethan. Team Strawbridge will soon be with you. The Keeners have been joined by the creator of their new home. Nick Beach has designed the timber frame which will be at the heart of their dream when it gets off the truck. Have you actually seen through the trees? That's it through the trees. It's very close.
we actually had to create this space so that the big long lorries could get through here, and somebody this morning has just delivered them in the access drive.
I love it when a plan comes together.
That's nearly come together. It's quite close. I want to see this frame up. We can't be held up by a pallet of bricks. There's a schedule.
You start using man muscle.
Okay.
I am project manager, not labourer.
Okay.
Quite fun, actually. There's lots of things happening. Obviously, for Helen and Russell, this is the real thing that's happening. But there's people everywhere. You know, we've got deliveries going left, right, and centre. But it's all very well organised because the project manager says so.
Thank you. It is going to be fine.
I'm not even bothered if it doesn't go up today. You know what I mean? It's here.
It's here.
Things have started.
Mine.
It's exciting. Yeah, it's really cool.
Back.
With the bricks shifted, it should be all systems go. But weeks of rain mean the ground's so waterlogged, the lorry still can't get onto the site.
We're going to unload the whole load now,
Right.
and put it down there, and then manhandle it across here, because there's no point in paying for Robert to be here if he can't use this crane because he can't get close enough.
Fine. Yep.
This is only the first delivery of what will be 150 tonnes of oak, and it's all sustainable.
How many pieces are there?
I have no idea.
Lots.
Exactly. This is the first one. You know what? I think a bow saw in 5 minutes would make this easier.
Nick, do you want me to get that all cut down?
Probably, yeah.
This is going to help make the walls. Okay. And they're having
What do we need the branches for?
Well, they can't lift the wood over very easily. They're not going to cut the whole thing down.
Touch it.
I don't want to touch it till it's down.
Wood's such a beautiful material, don't you think?
We had a very interesting chat yesterday with Russell about the fact of chopping down the ancient woodlands of France.
Here's what you need. Napoleon was right. He comes from France. Napoleon said, we're a nation of shopkeepers. We're not. We're a nation of middlemen. Yeah. And the problem is, we've got loads of timber here, but everybody wants to make a buck out of it.
Yeah.
And that's why we have to get it in from France.
But on a serious note...
I am serious.
The serious note is that we have actually got English oak, but the cost of it, because of all the people that handle it, is too much.
Yes. That's exactly what it is.
Making conventional building materials produces a lot of CO2. These oak trees, on the other hand, absorb CO2 from the atmosphere when they grew, and that carbon will stay locked in the fabric of the building for as long as it stands. Every one of the 700 sections is unique.
I bet whenever we finish this, I'm sure there's going to be at least a dozen things we would have done differently.
Yeah.
But
you only tend to do it once.
Yeah. I'm planning to die here.
Now
hopefully a bit older.
Yeah, okay, I'm glad we added that, yeah. The scale of this build is phenomenal. It's a huge, huge building. But the thing that I find the most interesting about it is the way that Russell and Helen are working together, because Russell has researched his little socks off. I don't think he's motivated to save the planet, but the impact that they're going to have after everything's established is going to be greatly reduced. It's a phenomenal build.
At Newhouse Farm, where our green adventure began, there's plenty of work still to be done.
That's not looking too bad at all, mate. That's a better one.
But look out, lads, we've got company.
Hiya. Hello, I'm Dick. Hi, Lisa. Hello, Lisa. You must be Alison? Let me see, come on, let's have a quick walk around. Do your worst. I know you're coming along here to give me grief.
The Environment Agency are checking how much water our wheel is diverting from the stream. If it's too much, we have to pay.
Can you honestly say you think I should be charged for that? Come on, don't be shy, Lisa. Don't be shy, Alison. Yeah,
it's not down to us. We're just advising you of the regulations.
Look at that.
So in the winter,
there'll be more.
There's going to be more. Flow. So
what we'll do is we've got. See how long it takes to get 6 litres?
3, 2, 1, go.
If this watering can fills up in less than 26 seconds, we're in trouble.
Yeah, that's pretty okay. What's that?
That's 13 seconds.
That's really quite sad. Look, she's writing. Look! She's writing it in her book. She's writing it in her book. Whoa!
Can I just ask you to sign this?
It's a fair cop, Gov. The licence will cost a one-off £135, but at least now we're legal. We're off to visit the Hunt family in Essex. There'll be work to do, so I'm taking Jim with me. But we're dropping James off on a secret mission.
Ben, good
Hello.
to meet you. Dick Strawberry, how are we doing,
Hello.
sir?
Please come in.
On a tight income and with limited space, the family desperately need to make the most of their small garden. In Britain's second driest county, harvesting water to use in the summer could make the difference between the plants living or dying. Ben also wants to reuse bath water in his garden, but to do this he'll have to get rid of all the yucky bits.
Don't drop it.
You're dribbling on me.
We've brought along a specially designed filter that should do the job.
We join the two butts together at the bottom, yeah?
Okay, yep.
Then that'll mean that we should only get scum in one, if you get scum at all.
Okay.
And you say you don't use chemicals in the bath?
No.
That's good.
The filter is installed and we can hook up the butts and connect the downpipe. Time to test the system. Jasmine and Ethan are keen to help out.
Look at that. That's called grey water.
It's unlikely the Hunts will ever run dry again, but they need to keep the grey water flowing. If it's held for too long in the warm weather, it can become bacteria soup.
Yeah, there's water coming down the link pipe. All the water that comes down there is going to come into here.
Yeah.
All the bits we don't want, all the lumpy bits are going down there. That may be a bit of an issue because you haven't got any water to flush it away. So I've got no idea what happens with that, do you? Yeah, you're experimental now.
You can tell us.
Yeah, we've not done this before, and we were going to do it at home, but we were too worried, so we thought we'd come to your house and do it.
On the whirl, the oak is unloaded, ready for the build to start. Now it's down to Helen to chase the contractors.
Do you hire out scaffolding towers? Fantastic. So I need two towers. And I need them for Saturday morning. People keep asking me, oh, it must be so stressful. But it's really not, in a strange way. It's hassly and challenging, but I don't think it's really stressful. But I mean, things like, the way I look at it is that Russell's job is stressful. You know, he tells people horrible news all the time, and that's stressful. This isn't stressful, it's just a bit of a challenge, really.
This little lad has had a marrow this morning.
Russell's a consultant on a children's cancer ward.
Chemotherapy is just all the medicines to take the leukemia away. Can we set you up? Is that okay? Go. Fantastic. Let's just have a look, listen to the back of your chest here. Big breaths.
Yeah, right.
Well, I actually don't get that upset about most things because, you know, the kids will just bring you back down to earth, really, and because the things that they're going through every day, whenever you see, and every working day is much worse than, you know, a plumber not turning up or something, isn't it? So I tend not to get upset or distressed by, you know, some of the things that have been going on in the plan, even like not getting planning permission, having to go to appeal and all that sort of stuff. You just have to take it and go with it, I think, really.
I know we're really lucky, but it's come from a huge amount of hard work. You know, we wouldn't be in this position right now if it hadn't been for literally 20 years of financial planning. I mean, Russell started when he was a medical student.
How's it going?
And he went busking to get a deposit for a house. So he busked all summer, got enough for a deposit, and bought a house. Then, of course, there was a property boom, so he made money on it and everything. And so we moved up here, and I watched Much Too Much Little House on the Prairie when I was little.
What day is it today? Wednesday? We'll try and get you home Friday, if you're well and your temperature's down. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll catch up later then.
Wait a second, ready? Go. Oh, well done. Careful.
The Hunts have taken delivery of a wormery. This supply of organic compost will really help improve production.
Well done. How did the worms get here? Through the post. Yeah. I'm glad there wasn't a post strike. And what I want you to do is I want you to give them all pet names, so you have to name all your worms. Because, Mummy, that'll be fun.
I call the name, my one is Fluffy.
Fluffy the worm. Oh, Jasmine, you're the girl. That's nearly as random as my son James.
What the Hunts really need is an allotment. They don't know it yet, but we've had their names down on a waiting list for months. James is getting it ready.
Creating this extra bit of space in an allotment is perfect for them to extend their growing space, reduce sort of food miles and generally help them all live a healthier lifestyle, so it's really good. I'm not finding this as easy as normal, unfortunately, because I had a couple of drinks last night, so still hanging a little bit, unfortunately.
Which one's going to be called Fluffy?
That one.
Well, which one quickly? You better grab them quickly. There we are. This is Fluffy.
Do you want to help me pour all the worms in, Ethan? Do you want to pour them in for me? Tip them all in. Yeah, well done. Whoa, way well done. And look at all these worms. Okay, if you put Fluffy in very carefully, sweetheart, yeah? Because then Fluffy can go and join all her friends. There you go, Fluffy. Go and be free. These worms are going to take the little bits of leftover vegetables we've got, and when we put it in here, they're going to eat it up, yeah? And they're going to turn it into more compost so you can grow more. Now, anything organic can go in, okay? And so what we've got, this is part of the packaging. Should we give them, do you want to rip this up into little tiny pieces for me?
Worms are nature's top recyclers. They can eat half their body weight every day.
Go tear that up. They don't just like paper, they like vegetation, okay? So what we need to do is get some stuff in it. I saw some old tomatoes, yeah? I think we could give them those, you know.
They can grow anything they want, really. They can grow artichokes, they can grow asparagus, they can grow lettuce, they can grow cabbage, everything. And it's perfect soil for it also. I'll be quite excited to see how they do. Maybe come back sometime and check it out.
We've got the tea bags, we've got the paper and all the various bits and pieces, not too much onion, yeah. And no citrus. Okay, so that's I'm happy. Now what we're going to do...
Like a Nathan's
Wow! Wowee! But what we don't want, you see, the worms like the dark and we're trying to keep the moisture in. So by just placing that in there like that, they'll keep the moisture in there, yeah? And that's done. Where are we going to put this then? Jasmine, where do you think we should have it? It's got to be convenient, because if it's not convenient, you don't use it. Well done!
We've done all we can in the garden, but how's James getting on?
Hello?
Make sure you keep your back to us, because we'll walk up. I'm just talking about sort of going to speak to anybody. I don't think they'll notice you.
3 or 4 minutes. All right, I'll finish up.
I've told the Hunts I'm taking them for a fact-finding stroll around the allotments.
You know, you've got the opportunity. You can grow as many different things as you want here, couldn't you?
It's going to have to be on this sort of scale to have make a difference to the family, yeah.
So this sort of scale here would be quite useful, wouldn't it? Yeah? Oh, come on, you lot, come. This sort of scale. Sorry, Dick Strawbridge.
All right, I'm James Strawbridge. How you doing?
Hello, James.
How are you?
This is my lad.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
How you doing?
Yeah.
How you?
Yeah.
Hello.
This is my lad.
Hello.
This is Sam.
I'm James.
This is Jasmine. This is
Hello.
Ethan.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey.
So this sort of scale would be quite good, wouldn't it?
Oh, definitely. It's bigger than our garden.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's yours.
Wow.
Really?
And you've walked here with your boots on the wrong feet. Oh dear, that's why you're walking in circles.
I thought there was a really, really long waiting list. And it was like gold dust, really did, so...
Get it out and smell deep.
It's a cracking job, Sam. Yeah, I must admit, from this morning's quick look around, we had a quick look around this morning, that's where we were a bit late, but it was all like that.
Oh.
Yeah. So, you must be knackered, mate.
Could probably do with a beer, maybe. Sit down.
Yeah, you have a beer, mate.
Yeah.
But there's no time for beer at the Keenans. Today's the day their dream home begins to take shape.
Hold on.
This is real sustainable building, using good old-fashioned muscle.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
That's it, we're down. Yeah, because once that's in, it's not going anywhere, is it?
Yeah. fact,
Is that a man's hammer, or is that a man's
That's
hammer?
Timmy Mallett's hammer.
I expected that to be wooden at the end, I must admit. Yeah. Look at that.
Okay.
Hope you got that, because look at that.
Get your
Fingers away. I'm going to lift my hand up, probably see you ready?
Yeah.
There we go.
Just let me get a cigarette paper here.
Oh, look at the fit.
You can't even get a cigarette paper in.
Well done, mate. Well, yeah, no. Absolute. To be fair, credit.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's moving.
Yeah.
Stop.
Hey,
Whoa. Steady, big fella. Easy.
Okay. That matter.
But things are not quite coming together as expected.
Big football.
Bennett. The inside leaf is about an inch, 3/4 of an inch too high. We've got to shim the whole of the outside.
When the wood's sitting on top of the wall, the two bricks of the wall, what's happened is they're not exactly flat, which means that the timbers are tipping over, which means you either have to jack up the outside of the timber, or you have to take down the inside of the wall.
Have we got anything? Must be hard, really.
You must have the broken tile somewhere. Something that's quite hard.
Yeah.
well, granite's not going to go anywhere, is it?
Yeah.
It's quite brittle, so we'll be able to smash it, but I mean, it's only diamond that's harder than granite.
Yeah.
Oh, what a shame, Russell.
No, I don't like this colour anyway. There we go.
Russell is now reduced to smashing up the tiles which were destined for his designer bathroom.
Right, that's cock on level now. If you find a place where it's tight, we're there.
Is that?
Is it in?
No, there's one piece in. It'll take two in there if you just nudge it a bit more. Okay, just check that.
Just over, but good.
What's next, boss? Who's the boss?
You and I sit.
Each section of oak is numbered. The trouble is we have to find them.
That says E13, actually.
Hold on, this is D13.
This is like the ultimate IKEA package.
Sorted. Right, you can drop.
Day one is drawing to a close, but there's still a long way to go.
Together, doesn't it?
We've written a schedule, and we've got plans for fitting people in. I think there's a little bit of leeway.
You're a month behind it.
I think we can catch up a little bit.
No, I think you've got to, when you're doing something like this, which is completely different, it's completely new to us, there's got to be a bit of flexibility.
I like that attitude.
I don't care
don't
if
care.
it's 3 weeks late.
Well,
because
I've got to say the truth.
beautiful.
I asked about schedule because I got shown the schedule and all the rest of it. I'm with you.
Yeah,
I think.
I've only just been brave enough to say that to you.
I know. Well done. Well done.
I think that we will be in that house by summer.
How much are you going to bet?
I'm not a gambling man.
Are you a gambling man, Nick?
I'll bet you a pint.
A pint and a leg of lamb.
Okay, pint and a leg of lamb.
You're on.
The bet is the main house, and Russell's decided he's going to bet me a leg of lamb and a pint of beer. Yeah. But they're actually in the completed main house
by the end of August.
Do you think it's going to be done by that sort of time scale?
Do you happen to know whether or not Leonardo was given a schedule?
You have got splinters in your bum from sitting on that fence, haven't you? Come on.
I think you're getting picked on here.
Next week on It's Not Easy Being Green, things really start speeding up at the Keenans.
It's going to look gorgeous, isn't it?
We visit the ladies with a life-changing green dream.
We're just so excited. You're selling your house, we're moving all her furniture, and we're doing this and we're doing that.
And James meets two postgraduates going green on the cheap.
For more information about any of the projects featured in the programme, log on to bbc.co.uk/lifestyle.
There's more information about the Strawbridge family's quest to live an eco-friendly life in this BBC book.